Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rolene Marks, your host, with today's top stories. Yesterday, US President Donald Trump addressed the nation for the first time since the assassination of Iranian Revolutionary Guard General Qasem Soleimani. In his speech to the nation, President Trump stated that the Iranians have seemed to take a step back. This is despite the firing of missiles from the Iranians on several American targets in the Middle East. President Trump reiterated that there were no American casualties and there were no Iranian casualties. And he said that the American people could be extremely proud of their military. In his speech, the president reiterated the growing economic strength and military might of the Americans. And he said that while America was equipped with some extraordinary weaponry, he did not want to use it. But he did say, make no mistake, he will do everything in his power to ensure that there will be no nuclear Iran. He also spoke several times about the people of Iran deserving a better future, deserving to flourish, and deserving to have a chance to escape the hegemony type ideology of the Iranians. And he said, we do not want war, but if you are going to attack American interests, make no mistake, you will face the full might of the US military. President Trump also very interestingly touched on the threat that Iran poses to the region, but didn't mention Israel. He mentioned several other Arab states, which was quite an interesting takeout from his speech. And he also said that Qasem Soleimani was a monster, he was a terrorist, and he's somebody who perhaps should have been assassinated sooner. So where we are at the moment, it seems to be kind of a very, very, very tense calm. Nobody knows how Iran is going to retaliate. It is expected Iran will retaliate. They have said they will. They have said they will not do this by proxy. They will do it directly. But everybody in the region, as well as the United States, is on alert for any possible conflagration. In other very interesting news, it has come to light today that the anti-Israel organization Code Pink are one of the co-founders of the Women's March. Now, why is this newsworthy, I hear you asking? Well, the Women's March has become quite notorious for their position, not just on Israel, but also for anti-Semitism within their ranks. The three founding members, Tamika Mallory, Linda Sarsour, and Carmen Perez, had to step down eventually after accusations of infighting, anti-Semitism. Many of us are very familiar with some of the statements made by Linda Sarsour, as well as the mismanagement of funds. They were then replaced by Zara Bilou, somebody also who has famously tweeted anti-Israel and anti-Semitic rhetoric. She was also dismissed, but it seems that the Women's March can't quite catch a break. The latest issue to come to light is the fact that Code Pink are co-founders. Now, why is this so significant? Well, Code Pink not only are supporters of the BDS movement, a movement which is inherently anti-Israel, and you can see this demonstrated in some of their tweets online, but they are also supporters of Hamas and pro the Iranian nuclear deal, or pro a nuclear Iran. They are insistent that Iran is using any kind of nuclear development for energy. So, it behooves the Women's March now to take an inventory of who they have on their board, who they have within their ranks, if they want to be taken seriously as a social justice organization. And lastly, a story which is extremely disturbing. We speak a lot about anti-Semitism on the Israel Brief, and as we've said over the last couple of weeks, it's extremely important to be vigilant. But this last story comes to light from the police in Germany, and it is news of a 68-year-old man at the Putlitz Plaza on Tuesday who was viciously, sexually and assaulted with anti-Semitic rhetoric by a group of youth ranged 12 to 15. I mean, the ages of these youngsters just astounds me. They said anti-Semitic epithets before grabbing him between the legs. And this is the second incident of an assault in Berlin just this week. We speak a lot about anti-Semitism, as I've just mentioned. We've just come through the Jewish and Proud campaign, and we really are appealing to our readers, to our listeners. If you experience anything, please report it, and please continue the importance of educating against anti-Semitism. And one of the ways that you can do this is by sharing our content. Talking about sharing our content, you can read our content online at www.layoftheland.online. You can read my article about the Women's March and how perhaps the woke need to wake up when it comes to issues of anti-Semitism. You can also check out our Facebook page. As you know, every Friday we're in a different place in the country for Shabbat. See where we are. Give us a Shabbat Shalom. And also, please check out our post where you can help with bushfire relief in Australia. Lay of the Land is absolutely devastated by what we see happening in Australia, and we really appeal to everybody to please give to any of the organizations or resources listed on our Facebook page. Also, don't forget, you play a vital role in educating against anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias, and you can do this by sharing our Israel Brief. Simply go onto our YouTube channel, subscribe to the Israel Brief, and share our content. With the Thursday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm going to wish you a wonderful weekend. If you are in Israel, stay warm. It's quite cold here. And Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rolene Marks, and this is the Israel Brief.